How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video. Today what we're going to be talking about is OCUGEN, or ticker symbol OCGN. So welcome to the Ticker Feed channel. I really do appreciate you tuning in, and as always, welcome to the family. So what we're going to be talking about is OCUGEN and the role it plays with what happened in 2020, and we'll break down the company as well. And I like to throw up a meme as always per video. So it says when you buy the dip, but it's a 24-layer dip. So basically when the dip goes down, you think it's at the bottom, and so you start buying in, and then you realize that there's 23 more layers. So I thought that was perfect. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about OCUGEN, ticker symbol OCGN. Again, guys, welcome to the family, and let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so for those that actually don't own the stock or are wanting to see if it's worth buying, I'm just going to do a quick breakdown of the company itself, and then give the latest update on the information with this company. Okay, so it says our mission is to develop gene therapies to cure blindness diseases and develop a vaccine to save lives from COVID-19. Okay, so let me read this little quick snip. So OCUGEN is a biopharmaceutical company focused on discovering, developing, and commercializing transformative therapies to treat blindness diseases. Our breakthrough modifier gene therapy platform has the potential to treat multiple retinal diseases with one drug, and our novel biologic product candidate aims to offer better therapy to patients with undeserved diseases such as age-related muscular degeneration, diabetic macular edema, and diabetic retinopathy. So here's the thing. I really appreciate this company starting off the bat, because I've been wearing glasses and contacts since I was in 6th grade. So since I was 12. So it's been a really long time. So I'm always for a company that's trying to treat or fix or be proactive when it comes to the human body. So I really like that a lot. Now, with that being said, for what they do, so here's what you need to look at. So they've got the OCU400. Okay, so that's going to be for treatment of inherited retinal disorders. You've got the OCU410 for treatment of dry age-related macular degeneration, and then the OCU200 for treatment of neovascular disorders. So that's a quick little background of OCUGEN. Let's go ahead and continue to talk about this company. Okay, so it says Pennsylvania-based OCUGEN selected to market India's Covaxin in the U.S. Alright, so I was reading this story, and I thought there was some really good information on here for those that own the stock or are thinking of buying it. So let me read this out to you. So India, however, is taking a different and welcome approach. Okay, long known as a preeminent force in vaccine development, 70% of the world's vaccines are developed in India. I had no idea. that that was the case, so I thought that was good information to know. The rising superpower is engaging in what might be called vaccine diplomacy, supplying doses to combat deadly viruses to a host of countries, including Canada and Brazil. All right, so now with that being said, this is an exclusive interview with the CEO, and so this is where all this information is coming from. So now it says, under the terms of the agreement, okay, so that's with India and OCUGEN. Under the terms of the agreement, OCUGEN will be responsible for clinical development, regulatory approval, manufacturing, and commercialization in the U.S., with Bharat ready to supply 10 of millions of initial doses to be used in the United States upon OCUGEN's receipt of Emergency Use Authorization, or EUA. Beyond that, the two companies will undertake the technology transfer for manufacturing in the United States in order to have a much larger supply of Covaxin dose for the U.S. Okay, so I thought that was pretty good information. Let's continue to read down. So it says, Bharat has established an excellent track record of innovation with more than 140 global patents, a product portfolio of more than 16 vaccines, and registrations in more than 116 countries, and WHO pre-qualifications. So obviously that's always going to be good information to know. They've got the patents, across, I mean, global patents. So that's a huge deal, right? Across the world. So here's the other thing. It says, located in what people called Genome Valley in India, BRAT has built a world-class research and development and manufacturing facilities for vaccine supply and distribution. They have delivered more than 6 billion doses of vaccines worldwide, including vaccines from influenza, rotavirus, rabies, Zika, and the world's first tetanus toxid conjugated vaccine for typhoid. Okay, now here's the other thing. Covaxin was developed in partnership between the government of India and BRAT Biotech. Based on the favorable phase 1 and phase 2 data, it received an EUA by the Indian authorities and is currently part of the largest vaccine distribution program in the world. So obviously this is the kind of information you want to know if you're trying to hold on to this company long term or whatnot, whatever the case is. So I wanted to point that out because that is the latest update information. Now that you know that and you've kind of have a little bit of insight of what's going on with the company itself, let's go ahead and wrap it up with the chart and then we'll be finished. Okay, so I know today it had a high of $9.29 and a low of $8.30, but just hang in there. I understand the market is kind of going pretty wild right now and it's still continuing to make a correction with that. But with that being said, I mean, you got to believe in the company and remember the whole reason why you bought into this company to begin with, right? And so whatever that case is, whatever those points are, keep that in mind, right? You have a 52-week high of $18.77, right? So there is that possibility of growth. And again, I understand that it opened up almost a full dollar above what it is closing at. But with that being said, there is that correction that's going on. But with the type of technology that it has, the trials that it's going through, literally the trials, it's going to only show an upward growth. And so I want you to keep that in mind when you're thinking about it, because when you're trying to make these decisions, you've got to look a little bit longer out than just the now, which is going to be the hardest thing to do, right? So if you look at the chart itself, you're going to see the trend line trickle up and down, right? But you see this closing or this leveling out. And so that's what you want to see when you're looking at that real body or the wick on those candle charts itself, right? And so keep that in mind. So for me, this is a strong company. It's got a good foundation and I like the technology, right? These our eyes, anybody's eyes, right? Just like what I mentioned before, where I've been wearing contacts my whole life. Without that technology, I mean, it's a lot harder to get through life. And so by having this advanced technology and them continuing to go through these phase 1, phase 2, phase 3 trials, it's only going to give them an opportunity to help these people, whoever that is, that has these situations, right? So we need this technology. So it's not just entertainment. This is something that is medical, and it's these type of devices that we need to help that, anybody out there. And so looking at this chart again, $8.63. To me, that's pretty cheap. I mean, it's not, you're not looking at in the 30s or 50s plus, right? So with that being said, if you're trying to buy, clearly, in my eyes, if you're optimistic, you're looking at this as an opportunity to average down. And so that's what I want you to think about, is the positive, right? Again, this is a good company. So guys, I really do appreciate and welcome to the family. I really do appreciate you taking the time. It means a lot for you to listen to this video, and I'll continue to update it as much as I can as soon as something comes out. So again, I appreciate and welcome to the family, guys.